Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite dark sorcerer here. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about failure through sorcery. Okay, specifically that of magic. Online, I hear a lot, I watch and I read a lot of posts about why is my magic not working? How can I improve upon such and such a ritual? What deity should I call upon for this type of situation? You see, this is what is known as personalized failure. Okay. Now, what is personalized failure? It is when you fail to observe the statutes of learning, of growth. You see, it is not somebody else's fault that you did not read the material. It is not somebody else's fault that you failed to understand what type of being to call forth for any given situation. Okay. It is your responsibility, your personalized responsibility to read the material. Okay. This means whatever philosophical, religious perception that you follow, no matter if it's voodoo, Santeria, Pedomayumbi, necromancy, Satanism, demonolatry, you know, Luciferian witchcraft, whatever. Do you know how much material is out there from various different practitioners that you can learn from? I want you to think about this just for a second. If you are interested in Satanism, what's the one book that everybody goes by? Anton Xander LaVey's Satanic Bible, right? Now, anybody can purchase this book online in a store. You can order it from a bookstore, whatever. You can go underneath Scribd and you can download it for free. Okay, for the first 30 days. Okay, I'm not sure what the price is nowadays for a month on Scribd because it's been years since the last time I used that app that you can get off your store app. Okay, last time I knew it was about $7 to $8 for 30 days. Okay, now with things that change, obviously the price is going to go up a little bit, but everybody goes to Anton Xanderlovay's Bible. They forget that there is books out there from various other types of Satanism. Okay, so it would be your beneficial moment to delve into these other materials. You may enjoy Michael W. Ford's work, or you may enjoy Alistair Notch, okay, his work. You may like Anton Xanderlovay's work, okay. You may even get into the TST. Now, I'm not a big fan of them, but I cannot deny that they've done a lot of good things from a legal perception. Okay. Now, what's interesting to note is that a lot of people don't do that. They don't do their homework on the demons of these systems that that practitioners work with. Okay. So if you wanted to do money spells and you claim to be into the Solomantic aspects, as in the keys of Solomon, the clavicle of Solomon, greater and lesser keys, even the Goetia, then you would know just by reading and studying these beings that the great king, a very powerful king by the name of Vini, which is one of the 9 kings, by the way, is the being that you want to go to. Okay. From a business sense, you may want to include, say, Paimon to persuade men's minds, Belial to bestow some form of title or of authority upon you. Perhaps even work with Boone, okay? Buni, to disrupt your enemy so they cannot advance. So if you have two or more people running for the same position, you want to hinder your enemy, your opposing force. Okay? Eliminate them, get rid of them, prevent them from achieving their goals while you're utilizing Belial, Paimon, and Viney. Okay? You see, a practitioner would know this. Okay? Because they paid attention. They paid attention to their studies. If you do not study the material, how do you know the difference between an invocation and an evocation of a specific being? Okay? What type of ritual do you need to perform for the goal or task at hand? You see my point. You see, a lot of people, pagans, Wiccans, they claim to be this or that, but they fail to observe the statutes. It is your personalized responsibility to study the material, to learn the material. The ONA, the Order of the Nine Angles, for an example, which is a branch of known as traditional Satanism, predates Anton Zandalevay's Church of Satan. They go back 150 years, all the way back to the 18th century. Now, there are rumors that they go back as far as the 17th, but no actual facts have been put forth at this time for that. So, therefore, that's considered rumor. Okay. However, if you go with Patricia and Edward Fanthorpe, okay, they've actually traced Satanism back going 7,000 years back, 700 years back. Okay, I'm talking 1,000 years, by the way, 700,000 years, going back to proto civilizations, ancient civilizations, cave paintings, depictions that have talked about demons, angels, and other spirits worldwide. But how would you know that if you did not get into history, mythology, rituals? What type of practice utilizes animal and human sacrifices in the past? If you did not study these cultures, their religious perceptions, you would not know that the Gaelic Druids performed human and animal sacrifices. You would not know that the Aztecs utilized human sacrifices. You would not know that voodoo, ranging from Africa to the Caribbean systems, utilized animal sacrifice. Okay? And that's the thing. Most people do not delve in to history, mythology, or even the systems that they claim to practice. That's not anybody else's fault. That's your fault because it was laziness on your part that prevented you from learning, from growing. There is a reason why it's called self apotheosis, self enlightenment. Lucifer of the East, the bearer of light in truth, he brings the light to you. Why do you think in the East it is considered to be the age of enlightenment? With all this technology at our fingertips, why is it that people are not learning? Is it the fear that they have? The fear of learning? Maybe it's the fear of being intelligent. Okay? Think about this for just a minute. What sets you apart from the average Joe? The knowledge of the sources of where the material comes from. A lot of the sources within the JCI, the Judo Christian Society, can be traced back to the Jewish Haggadah, the Talmud, Jewish demonolatry, and most importantly, the Sanskrit scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Munich manuscripts, and so forth. All the other practices that are out there have either adapted to survive or they're purposely being corrupted. Either way, it is up to you as the individual to trace the roots of that practice of which you practice. For the spirits that you work with, no matter if it's the Orisha, the Loa, demons, jinn, angelics, or just plain reincarnated spirits through necromantic rituals, chiromantic rituals, and rites. What is the best tool to utilize? What is it you can do to improve your rituals, to learn offensive and defensive sorcery? Runes are a big thing within many systems. Effigies, symbols. Every religious or philosophical culture has them. Even hieroglyphs, either in animal depictions, in symbolatry, like in Buddhism, perhaps Egyptian, like in the temples in Giza, or perhaps in Proto European cultures within runes. Go into Greek mythology, and you're going to get into numerology. You're going to get into astrology, especially if you get into the Roman aspects. But how would you know this? How would you learn when the best time of the year is to perform any form of magic? What time of the year, what hour of the day or night is best to communicate with the spirit? How would you know this if you did not delve into mythology? Get into the grimoires of old to even learn the sigilliums, the seals, the runes. What kind of incense attracts them? What kind of herbs can you use to help you get into a meditative state? Specifically, that of chiromantic for astral projection or even soul travel. Either way, how would you know what to use if you did not delve into the grimoires? If you did not get into herbalism and start learning the knowledge of the ancients? To learn the knowledge, the wisdom of the spirits and of the ancient gods. The truth is, you wouldn't. You would not be able to because you're not delving into those systems. You're not delving into those areas. And that fault lies with you. You and you alone. Someone like myself or are these other teachers who teach online, we can lead you to the material. What is best? Where can you gain the most amount of knowledge and wisdom from? How to go about it? You look back on my channel specifically, you will see rituals being done, short and long. You will see many videos, either in series or as individuals, giving numerous sources that you can delve into. You can even go out and hire somebody to teach you. Look at a Hungan, a Membo, a Bokor, a Santero, a Meamberos, a satanic priest, some form of teacher within the arts that is well established and has a lot of years behind them that can teach you the accuracy of spellcasting, potions, brews, summonings, the ritual statutes. These are tools at your fingertips, but most do not do it. Why? It's out of fear. It's out of pride. It's out of ignorance. You don't go out and look for it because you don't want to separate yourself from the herd and be that lone fish swimming upstream, whereas the rest are going downstream. You see, that's called herd conformity, slavehood. If you don't do the work, how do you expect to succeed within your magical practices? I've always said two things. Whatever you preach, always back it up. And number two, always make yourself available to the public because you answer to the public, not to yourself. You answer to the gods, not to yourself. When you become a part of a system, you no longer are a part of the culture. You're a part of that magical system, which means you answer specifically to the spirits. And when the public comes a knocking, you give them the knowledge. The old ways are full of this gnosis. The very meaning of occult means hidden. That which is hidden, you have to seek. Hell, even the Bible says it. Seek and you will find. Knock and he will answer. Ask and it shall be given. Oops, didn't see that coming, did you? But if you want to know, you want to learn, and you want to grow as a practitioner, you must first study. The ancient practitioners, the mages, the sages, the hexa, the agi, the strega, they locked themselves away for years just to master the occult, their version of witchcraft and sorcery without distractions. I know today that's kind of hard for a lot of us, but that's why we have our inner sanctums, our ritual rooms, where we can practice, go in and study and be alone. Or you have a place close by that you can go to. Sometimes it's a matter of waiting until late at night when everybody else is asleep to do what you got to do. But again, without putting the effort in, you will fail. Actions and words aligned are more beneficial than one or the other. It's your choice. Have a good day.